Hey crafters, you're back for day 6 of the 30-day craft room organization challenge. And today we're going to be talking about cardstock scraps. Now, scraps are a little bit more challenging to deal with, and I actually have done a 30-day scrap challenge that you can find that playlist on YouTube as well. But in any case, I'm going to share with you 3 different ways that I store my scraps, because with the cost of cardstock rising, we don't throw anything away as crafters, right? And so I want to just show you how I keep mine, because you have to have a system. And when I say system, this is your process for every time you are dealing with things in your craft room. And if you don't have a system in place, you sort of get bogged down with like, well, what do I do with this? And where should I put this, right? So we're trying to think about ways that we can be more efficient. Now, sometimes we have to update those systems, like when things aren't working for us. So let me give you an example. The first way I organize my scraps is with this wire mesh bin that I found on Amazon. And then I use clear hanging file folders, and these come in like rainbow colors. So as you can see here, I've got it labeled. This is my pinks, and then all the other various colors of the rainbow. I like the clear folders because you can see through and it's just a little bit more pretty. But this is a good way for me to just throw all my scraps in. Sometimes I miss, and I've got a bunch down here. So that can be part of my organization challenge today, is to file the ones that miss the bin. But what I was finding was after I got done crafting, I wasn't immediately putting my scraps where they need to be. Imagine that, right? So I had to come up with a new system. So my second idea is to have a section that you label to file. So this bin I have gotten from IKEA. I've labeled it with some Stampin' Up! Letters here. But what I like about this bin is that it has a lid, so things can fit on top, or you could leave it open if you want. But basically, when I'm done crafting, I take all my extra scraps and I just throw them here. And then when I have time, like today, I will spend some time filing them. Now, sometimes the scraps are itty bitty tiny. Sometimes they are, designer series paper, which we'll be talking about later. But sometimes they are cardstock base size. So that's one of the things I like about using 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So one sheet of 8.5 by 11, if you cut it this way, you'll get 2 card bases, or you can cut it this way and get 2 card bases. They'll just open differently. And so as I go through this pile of things to file, if anything is this size or this size, it can serve as a card base, right? And so my third idea for organizing your scraps, and these aren't technically scraps, they're more card bases, but is using one of these bins. Now, these are my absolute favorite organizing bin. They come from the Container Store. They are plastic, they are sturdy, they're inexpensive, but what I love about them is, number one, they have a handle here so you can grip it that way. Or if you wanted to put it in your shelf this way, there's also a way for you to grip it there, but they have wheels. And so they can just slide in and out of where you're storing them. 2 of this size fit side by side in the IKEA Calyx cubbies. And these come in multiple sizes, so you can see what they have available. I'll post the links in the description here below. But they also have dividers, and these dividers are removable. So if you wanted to adjust them and put them at different distances, you can do that. So I keep this for my cardstock bases, and I don't, organize them by all 53 colors, just in rainbow order. And so when I am ready to make a card, I will go here first to see if I have the corresponding color that I want. And if not, then I will go grab an 8.5 by 11 sheet to cut before I start crafting. So anyhow, those are my 3 ideas for how to store your cardstock scraps. And I'd love to see how you store yours. So make sure you head over to the Facebook group and post your pictures and ideas under the corresponding day's challenge. So see you back again tomorrow.